Hi, hello, how you doing? How are you doing? It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Thursday morning, and it's a fine day for us to have our newspaper review. Welcome to our newspaper review. My name is Ima. My name is Ima. My name is Ima. It's good to have you on this broadcast. Welcome. All right, if you're here to like this broadcast, let us begin already. Please take our time to like this broadcast as we move. How are you doing? How are you doing? Please talk to me. How are you doing? I hope you're well. I'm excited to be here. It's good to have each and every one of you. I look forward to having each and every one of you here today. So let's do this together. Please, let's do this together. Do well to like the broadcast, share, invite someone onto the broadcast, but please like. But please like, please take our time to like. All right, Mommy Diospa, I throw salutes for you, dearest Mama. It's good to have you today. Good day to you, Ma. Thank you for being here. And good day to you, Osagovo. How are you doing? It's a beautiful, beautiful day, and I'm sending so much sunshine to you. Yes, all to you. All right. Thank you for being here. You too. Thank you for being here. How you doing? I hope your day is going just fine, or your day you've had a good day, or if the day is just starting for you, I am wishing you and sending so much light and love to you. Thank you for being on this broadcast. Please, can you please say something to me? Can you please say something to me? Anything. All right, to each and every one of you. So let me give a special shout out and a vote of thanks to each and every one of you that takes our time to support us on our broadcast. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your presence, your submission, your donations. God bless you. But please do the good work of with publicity. Talk to someone about Niger Watch, refer them, want to know what's happening at home. You want to have an avenue where you can feel among and your voice to be heard. Niger Watch is the place. So invite someone onto this family of ours. Let us grow, let us expand, let us take the ministry to another level. All right, thank you for being on this broadcast. I guess we should run already, right? All right, to my amazing panelists, I say good day to each and every one of you. Please take out time to like the broadcast before you click on the link. Please take out time to like the broadcast, please. Thank you very much. Okay, let's run into the broadcast. The business proper. Somebody is saying something to me. Mary Kimade, good morning to you. How are you doing? It's good to have you on the broadcast. Thank you for being here. All right, let's see. Okay, let's go with Tribune. Our first paper for today is going to be Tribune. And on Tribune, we have NNPC reforms. It's supposed to be NNPCL. Okay, well, my life being threatened, and that's from the GMD Mele Kayari. Yeah, we have Atiku in Borno raises alarm over attacks by APC, anti-democratic forces on PDP rallies. It is not true. The APC has come out to say it is not true, and the suspected thugs have been arrested by the police. Ogun set to host $3 billion refinery in Tonjegi Island. Oh, those from Ogun State. What does Tonjegi Island look like? Let us know if we should be planning a trip down there. I think we have nice tourism sites, even if they can just be improved by states and monetized too. No, it should not be improved by states. It should be privatized, because I think the government don't do such a great job in maintaining structures like that. All right, G5 governors have not closed door against reconciliation, and that's by Wike. Ortom, we can't apologizes over comments on Fulani. G5 plans different from mine, but I feel their pains, and that's from Bauchi governor. Sanwo-Olu flags off NIFEST 2022 with 29 states in attendance. Why I set my stepchildren ablaze, that's by the father. Police acquire 3 drones to tackle insecurity. Ararume sues Buhari over his unlawful removal as NNPC chairman, demands 100 billion naira, correct. And we have budget defense. Reps query NPC over 1.9 billion naira spent on summits and conferences. Hey, whoo. All right. Oil and gas accounts for 92.9% of illicit financial flows from Nigeria. ICPC chairman. Again, suspected kidnappers attack passengers on Lagos Ibadan Expressway. We have heavily deployed police and Amotekun, and that's Oyo government. Bush to be cleared inwards, and that's by Dawn Commission. Court bars state government from inland waterways regulation. Okay, so taking the story on the suspected kidnappers attack on Lagos Ibadan Expressway. If I am not underplaying or downplaying this, this is the second time this is happening this week. And I mean, okay, the story says again, but even if the story was not there, I know that we took the story this week of suspected. In short, this week the first one was unknown gunmen, you know, raiding or attacking commuters on Lagos Ibadan, and now it's not unknown gunmen. Now this one are some other group of people. Story has it that this man or this set of people they came out from, they're always coming out from the bush. They're always coming out from the bush. So why is that not okay? All right, so they said they just came out from the bush and they just started shooting at the vehicle, and they were targeting the driver. Of course, when they get the driver, the vehicle gets to be stopped and all that. And they were targeting the driver. Every other person went down except for the driver. So they said they thought they were all dead when they left. Some went into the bush, some went under the bus. You know, they were all just trying to get to their safety, and they were wailing and crying. You know, they thought they had died. I'm sure that's like the most traumatizing or traumatic experience that anyone should have to go through. Some said someone recounted that he thought he was even dead, like with the old gunshot, but a good number of them left with gunshot wounds and taking treatment, while some, you know, barely escaped. And they're calling on authorities, not just them, even us, that does not happen. We are calling on authorities. Everybody is calling on the authorities to do so. Well, the police have come out to say that well, it's a good thing. I'm not just seeing police here, we are also seeing Amotekun. It's almost like we now have faith in the likes of the Amotekun compared to the police. But well, the police they're trying to do as much as they can with the resources that they have. We also have to look at the resources that they have too. Well, we have the police and the Amotekun. This is something that should be strongly considered. This is one road that you can be there for 5, 6, 12. I mean, people have been there for 24 hours in traffic. Some have been there for 48 hours in traffic this year. I mean, with the road that they've been fixing, and these people get robbed day in, day out. So if we already know that these are the problems, the challenges of, you know, that this area has been facing for years, how is it that we are still struggling getting a permanent solution to it? We are talking about lives here. We're talking about lives here. You know, people should not have to work hard to gather resources and then they just lose it just like that. And it's happening with reckless abandon and nobody's putting a stop to it. That's quite unfair. That's quite unfair. I hope that the relevant authorities will put a stop to this. And then we have this other story. Yes, so the rep acquiring NPC over 1.9 billion, and they use 1.9 billion naira to organize summit and conferences. 1.9 billion naira. And what is the outcome of the summit, the summit and the conferences if the country is still like this at the end of the day? All right, then G5, I don't know what Wike means when he's saying that they've not closed their door against reconciliation. Is it telling the Atiku people to keep coming because it looks like they've even just abandoned they've just abandoned the entire G5? They've called their bluff to say we will win in Rivers without, we will win in all the G5 states, G5 state governors, G5 governor states, yeah. The G5's governor states, they will win even in 24 other states. They've brazenly, IU has brazenly said so. And Wike stylishly is, I don't know, seeking relevance by saying coming out to say that doors are not closed against reconciliation. I think, I don't know, what's his name? Atiku is not very much a man of peace. He has a thing for dropping a bit of violence, no, not violence, trouble, or enemies. Enemies, because we still have Bauchi governor. So when he's done with this one, he still has Bauchi governor, that one that says he even wants a public apology. It was and we all know how Atiku'S with apologies. All right, and yeah, Ortom. So Ortom, while he was lashing out at why he was lashing out at Atiku, he said some things that the people have taken in a not so not so great light. They've come out to what that has put him on the radar, and has also forced him to apologize to the people for having to say such words. Words like that he can never vote for a Fulani president, and that's saying that he can never vote for somebody like Atiku, and all the words he said, that he rather he dies than votes for people like that, for a Fulani person. I don't know why he's apologizing, but I mean, he just expect that man is going through a lot. He's watching. He's got a heart, obviously. Obviously, he's got a heart. That's why he's touched by what is happening to his people. So if he's going to come out to say something like that, I don't know why people are calling for it, but he has come out to apologize to the Fulani people and say he didn't mean it in that light. I wonder what other lights that you meant, because dude, we understand where that is coming from, and everybody is frustrating you. States and the federal level, they're frustrating you. They're not giving him the weapon to use to fight this thing. He even went on ahead to say he has written his will, and at the night he gave his wife his will, that the wife cried. She cried so much because she knows that I said anybody that want, I don't know if his life is under attack. He is not coming out to say all that, but as it is, we know that Governor Tom has written his will. Obviously, there's a war somewhere that we don't know about, and he says if it takes him, then so be it. If he's going to die at 64, he has his mates, that has died way earlier, way younger than him, so it's fine. But he would rather die for the truth, or die protecting his people. Yeah, he said that he'd rather die protecting his people. It's belong that or not. Let's not say it's belong, but it's good to see that we still have leaders, right? That still have that, still feel that way about their people. It's really beautiful to say, really beautiful to say. Well, so if you're among the people that is clamoring or calling for Ortom's head because of what he said regarding the Fulani people, here is his apology, and I hope it does. I don't know, I hope it makes everything better, or makes everything go away. Now the NNPC, no, is it NNPC? Yes, NNPC boss, with the old revelation, the oil bunkering, and everything that is going on, the whole reform, no, not even oil bunkering, the whole reform going on right now in Nigeria. Like some sectors are in for it. Yes, we can agree on that there's a reform going on in Nigeria now. The NNPC reform has seen to the life of the general manager, the general managing director. He has seen to his life being threatened. He's come out to say that his life is being threatened because of this reform, that this reform is affecting a lot of people, a lot of top people, and that but it's good this way, since we are all working hand in hand to reform the country, that is good we just do it once and for all. And I mean, yeah, all of these people are coming out to say, they're not saying this, but they're using other words, good PR, but in a way they're coming out to say our life is being threatened for doing the right things. That's it. Our lives are being threatened for doing the right things. That's it. So there is this cabal of people that do not want this change to happen in our country. So anybody that is trying to make this change happen, they're trying to frustrate them. And they're calling out, they're crying out, are we not going to run with this? Are we not going to continue with, these things that they're doing? And the best way for us to continue is to follow up on the news, is to follow up on, on projects, is to follow up on whatever the federal government say that they are doing, so that, nothing will slip past us anymore, as as that has always been the case for a very long time. Now, if you are just joining us on our newspaper review, welcome and thank you for being here. Please do also like this broadcast as we go on, invite someone, and let's have an engaging time. I am very sure I posted the link but you'll be having it again. If you'd like to join the conversation, please do also click on the link and be right here with me. Also on the comment section, drop your submissions. I'll be looking out for them. All right, let's take another story here. Okay, I think that's as much as we have on here. That's as much as we have on here. We would move on to, oh, and yes, the police are, okay, I will not say are beginning to, but they've always, police acquire 3 drones to tackle insecurity. Good news, right? Yeah, I was just saying now that the police they do as much as they can with the resources that they have, and I hope that they equip the police department even more. So good thing. And then we have this story on here why I set my stepchildren ablaze. You people would not believe why. What happened on that particular day? So this man, Ojo Joseph, we took his story last week. No, we took his story this week. Now this is the man that set his stepchildren ablaze why the wife escapes with the twins. And so the man has shared his own part of his own side of the story. He said that's the woman in question is his 4th wife, and that he has okay, he also denied strangulating his first wife. There were that accusation, but he denied it and said he has never had issues with any of his wives, but this particular one is a thorn in his flesh, that they fight a lot. She fights people on the street. She does not fetch water for him to bath. She does not wash his clothes. All of those things that a man typically expects of an African woman. All right, so she was not forthcoming in obligations according to his perception. Okay, but those are the things that I expected, right? Okay, so she was not forthcoming, gives her money to cook, nothing, and there are days that she and her children, that the man's stepchildren would gather and beat him. Now even people on the street, they know very well that his wife and his children beat him up, and he always allows it. He doesn't, but on that day he was so angry. He had given her 600 naira to cook, and as usual she did not make any food for him. When he gives her money to cook, when the man gives his wife money to cook like that, she would eat or go buy food, and she and her children would eat, and they would not give him anything. They've been married for just 2 years. On that particular day, he was angry that he gave her 600 naira to cook, and he came back home to make nothing, and that the children even beat him up that night. The woman and her children beat him up that night, and he was angry. So there were questions on how the woman and the twins were able to escape. So he said while they were sleeping, he took the twins, his own children, away from the room. He went to keep them in another room, and he set all 6 of them ablaze. That's the woman and her 5 children. The woman was able to escape when she went out. It was at that point that she carried the twins and she escaped. The neighbors came to rescue the children, but one was burned to death. The other 4, there's an update. One of the 4 also sadly did not make it. One of them is gone. So 2 died from that fire incident, and of course the man will be paying for this crime as genuine as he thinks his excuses are. Well, he just has to pay for the crime. And the father of the children, the biological father of the children, is out here crying for help and saying they should help him. Usually the kids go to him every Friday, but that Friday he was told that the house where they stay was on fire. By the time he got there, he got to see all this. He got to see and hear all these stories, and he's calling out that they should help him with the bills, hospital bills. With the fireburn of 3 children in the hospital and all of that. So yeah, that's a follow up on the story. Still. It's still not enough reason. It's still not enough reason. That's one of the conversations. Please take out time to watch this broadcast on talking about mental health and mental illness. Please take out time to watch our broadcast on that. You need to know when to jump out of the pot, or you need to know when to jump out of the boiling water. Don't endure. There's really a limit. You are there. You think your body will get used to it. No, your body will not get to it. Your body might explode. That's always the case. You get pushed to that place where you've got into the wall. It's just for you to fight back. That's all that is left. So please, let's do well in tending to our peace, in tending to our joy. Yes, It's our peace and joy. I mean, if we have those to be able to thrive in other sectors, and also to the other parties, if you are not interested, if why not leave? You don't feel like cooking for a man, you don't feel like washing his clothes, you don't feel like ironing, you don't feel like fetching water for him to bath. Live to where you can do all of those things. Queen, we don't have a name, but that's the story that we have on that woman. That's a follow-up on the story so far. All right, let's move on to another story. All right, we have the Punch on here. Okay, on the Punch, we have controversy surrounds Atiku convoy attack in Borno. Ex-VP's convoy attack thrice, scores injured. APC responsible, PDP chairman. PDP faction behind attacks, counts APC. Okay, now before we even go further, have you noticed this? PDP gets attacked and they call APC. APC gets attacked and they call PDP. They don't. I mean, there are other parties, right? But they have a thing for calling out themselves. So I was watching this interview the other day, and on national TV, they were a representative of APC and PDP. I think that was the one that happened in Zamfara. And they were calling out each other. No, PDP were peacefully carrying out their rallies, and APC thugs invaded the place and just overturn everything, and then PDP have guests to do their own, and APC, they just have that back and forth. So the presenter asked, or was it the presenter? But either of them asked, "Is that what you people do? Like you people go and ask? I say you rent people, you get people talks, you give them money, or you give them drink, or you give them drugs." Like you said this, you say you give them money, you give them alcohol, you give them drugs, and you tell them to go and scatter this person, and they just go and scatter the program. And the other person was shocked and looked at him and said, "Is that what you people do?" I said, "No, but that is what they do. We are all in this together." I'm like, "What? On national TV?" I mean, look at how you just brought you just brought yourself outside. Obviously, that is what they do. Obviously, that is what they do. All right. So there's a whole back and forth of APC and all of that. But the police came out to say that did not happen. Like we have here, there was no attack. And suspected hoodlums arrested, says police spokesperson. So are they now also lying? Are they now also lying? I read the police saying they are using it to gain sympathy and to gain sympathy and to gain people's sympathy and for fame, and that all of this. So it is has it really come to this point where we are going to have a make believe a make believe war scene, so to say, or a violent scene, just so that people would be on your side? I mean, come on. I mean, this if this is the best way they think that they can get Nigerians to sympathize with them or to accept them, then I think they just have to do better, because we've really been pushed to that point that we don't even care. Come and tell us what you will do. Attend debate and talk to us, and don't go and buy talks to come and employ talks, come and attack your own rally and come out and say the APC or the PDP are doing this to you so that Nigerians or PDP people will move to your side. No. If you people like, scatter your head. That is not the ones that will gain the hearts of Nigerians on you. Come and talk to us. Let us know how and what you can do. Be there where you should be. When they say presidential candidate should be somewhere, or we are looking out for, a gathering that has to do with you being present. That's how to get us, and not cooking up all these stories. Oh, you people think this is a better strategy. I think frying the akara is better than this strategy. And of course, we have this amazing of course, you have Nigerian Americans elected in US. Buhari praises successful tenure for Nigerians. Buhari praised successful tenure for Nigerian Americans elected in the US. Yes, they are doing well. Yes, congratulations. Yes. But Buhari, Buhari. Well, good Nigerians, or no, should I say good Nigerians? So let's say Nigerians have taken to their pages to react to this prayer by the president to say, go and ask Anthony Joshua. Anything that involves Buhari goes south. So please don't let him pray for you. Don't say amen to the prayer. And whatever you do, don't shake his hand. All right, but yes, big things. So we have all of these people doing big things outside. I don't know if we should hope that one day we would have, Nigerians come back home to take back their country and turn the country around for good. We have people who would, bring good governance, good leadership into the country based on their experience, expertise. Yeah, they have the good qualities. It's a good thing to see. I mean, you have all of these people doing great, right? And back home, it's a total, really the irony of this. Car rams Ogun motorcyclists on one way, 6 crushed. These are the disadvantages of taking one way. All right. Again, kidnappers, we took the story on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway and why Nigerians can't implement AU-free movement. Okay, what other story do we have here? So we have the story here that says 28 killed in Benue clashes. Government demands probe. There's a communal fight between Ebonyi community and Benue. It started from Ebonyi. They said there's a desecration of their shrine. Right? Do we remember things like this when we were in the village? Now I'm trying to feel like a 40-something, 50-something-year-old, but I know these stories because my dad used to tell me about, how desecration of land and the consequences. Like I know for my place, a woman is not supposed to eat the meat of a lion. If you eat the meat of a lion, they kill either your father or your mother. So coming to see that this thing is still going on in 2022. It's amazing. It's amazing. Now we have 28 killed in that clash. There's a desecration on their shrine, and they say it's mostly mother and children that are involved in these casualties. They hope the men are able to rise up and protect their women, their families, and I also hope that the government will see to it, because communal clashes is something. And I was just going to say it's something that is not easy to deal with. It doesn't go off easily. But then again, the story also said that this has been going on for years. This is an age-long clash, and people keep. I mean, we know how this goes back home. People keep dying from this. Many people are plagued by having to go through this, the flood, having to go through the Earthman attack, and now communal clashes with these other people. Why are we doing this to ourselves? This is really a short times like this. You just feel for the likes of Ortom, who truly has the heart of his people. Okay, moving on to the INEC story. But before then, are you just joining us? Welcome to this broadcast. Thank you for being here. This is our newspaper review, and I hope that you have subscribed to our YouTube channel. If you haven't, please take out time to do so, and also turn on your notification bell. We have premium content lined up. You don't want to miss anything. And a big shout out to you, Mr. Kennedy. How are you doing today? It's good to have you on the broadcast.
Thank you very much. Good evening from Japan. It's nice to be here.
All right, Mr. Kennedy, I'll come back to you in a minute. INEC has set aside 23 workers for illegal registration. INEC, well done, but I hope this is followed to the later. 23 workers in Ekiti State has been sanctioned for illegal registration. These ones were caught and of course taken out, and they will follow due process. And INEC, they are still assuring us on giving us an excellent voting process come during the election period, all of the election period. They're committed to, and so it's good to see. I just hope it's not something for the paper, Just hope it's not something for the paper. And ACOM recovers 307 deaths. And here we have, I told aggrieved governors my worries. That's from Bala Mohammed. Bala Mohammed, said he doesn't know why the G5 governors exempted him from the clique, but he was one of them. They were all together, but for some reason they excluded him. But that's fine for him. But that he understands why they they are not happy with Atiku. But as we know, Bala Mohammed is the latest person to have a problem or to call out Atiku from the party, from the party. Yes, is the latest person to call out Atiku and say that he will not vote for Atiku, and the people of Bauchi will also not vote for Atiku unless Atiku apologizes to him for for playing him. All right, looks like Atiku has got lots of in-house enemies, and I mean, we already know that a house that is divided against itself surely and truly can never ever stand. All right, and we have this that came in this morning as a breaking news. Hoodlums set Ogun INEC office on fire. So it is said that these men, as at 1 a.m., as at 1 a.m. Nigerian time, they attacked the Ogun INEC office, and they had loaves of bread doused or soaked in petrol, and they were just throwing it into the compound, and that was how they were able to set the place ablaze. Or they even got into the compound, they set the back ablaze, then they moved on to other areas and they were throwing loaves of bread that they are soaked in petrol, and that's how they were able to circulate the fire. And one of the security guards on duty called the police, and when he called the police went there and then called for fire service. Police then call you, say somewhere there on fire. You decided to go there first before calling fire. So what? Okay, but that's the story. But then INEC is when they called the coordinator, INEC coordinator in that state, he said he was shocked. You are shocked? This happens every election season. This happens. You cannot be saying you are shocked. INEC should not be irresponsible. They should not be demanding their own share or the ones from their own cake. I mean, everybody is adding money in their budget and wanting something. INEC should set up strong security. They should secure their perimeters. They already know this is going to happen. We are talking about flood that has destroyed 20 of their buildings, and they want 20 new buildings, and they want equipment, and we are going to be allowed. The one that can be curtailed should be curtailed, and they should do better. No, they should do better. This happens. You can't. You when your name is not Buhari, you are coming out to say you are shocked. What are you shocked about? This is a norm, and it will keep happening just to distort the whole process. And this is the same INEC that came out to say beavers has been distributed to 28 states successfully. Now, those states that has beavers will be set on fire, and they will say, oh, we cannot get beavers quickly, so they have to use the other means. So INEC should do better. They should be having talk on the fire incidents, the break-ins, in short, insecurity as a whole should not take anybody as a surprise in the country. Even when the country was calm, was not even like this, we still had this problem of people going to burn INEC office. So this is nothing close to being a surprise, and I don't think we should take this from INEC. They already know that this is going to happen, or they should be expecting this already. They should be expecting this already. All right, we have one more story to take, one more paper to take, and that's the Daily Sun. On the Daily Sun, we have panic in Maiduguri as gunmen attack Atiku'S campaign convoy. Okay, scores injured and hospitalized. I am not resigning as PDP candidate's campaign boss. Udom, you don't get wahala. PDP. I truly don't wish Nigeria PDP. I truly don't wish Nigeria PDP. And just by the nameplate, we have truck drivers block Enugu Port Harcourt Expressway in protest. Angry over bad roads, extortion by soldiers and touts. Wike Ikpeazu Ortom meets Wu Bauchi governor hours after Atiku'S visit. Your remarks against Fulani herders on becoming northern elders tell Ortom. All right. Bayelsa flooding. Presidency says ministers overwhelmed. Okay, so we should not be expecting a work plan if the ministers are overwhelmed. It has been. So this flood that is I think I'm the last person that is there. Let me just go and get the canoe. Here we have reps query NPC over 1.2 billion naira expenditure for stakeholder summits. probe MDAs over alleged 600 billion naira extra budgetary expenditures on salary and wages. What do they mean by NNPC reforms? My life is being threatened, and that's from Malay Kayare. On 2023, over 27 states have successfully taken delivery of beavers, and that's by INEC. Okay, let's see what story we have here. Yes, the truck drivers. This story has it that drivers have blocked the Enugu Port Harcourt way, and that's because of bad road. Now, not just the bad road, the fact that they keep paying money and not. So, what is the money being used for? I mean, I was having this conversation with my neighbor the other day, and I said, "What is the money being used for?" They collect money from everything, but the roads are still so bad. So I truly can understand. So nobody goes out, nobody's going anywhere. Everybody's feeling the impact. The and these truck drivers, they pay a lot daily, having to pass areas, and we don't know what. So there's somebody somewhere collecting all this money, and the money is not being, used for national matters or for state matters. It is used for personal. Okay, the money that these agueros, these stouts, these NURTW people, where does the money go to and what is the money being used for? Can we even answer to that? It goes to Lagos State. So Lagos State will employ thugs. I mean, if you say they are employed by Lagos State and the money goes to Lagos State, so Lagos State chose to employ thugs and make people live life like that because of money, or because they want to be collecting 50 naira. There are no other ways, but there are still some. All right, to my amazing panelists, thank you for being on here. This is where you give your submissions. To you, if you're just joining us, welcome to our newspaper review. The matter just started, rapper. Honestly, you can see I can barely even finish my words. You look at this sector and you wonder why this is happening this way. You look at this sector, you wonder why this is happening this way. But you, how are you doing? It's good to have you on here. Please do also like this broadcast. Do well to show some love by supporting us by clicking on the dollar sign to the right on the comment section. Thank you very much. But please, let's start with the likes. Mr. Kennedy, I'm ready for your submission.
Thank you very much. Good evening to my co-panelists here. I think that is brother nice. It's nice to have you here today, and I want to extend my greetings to viewers all over the world and commenters. First of all, though we don't have it here, I want to send a message, passionate message to Mr. Obaseki, the governor of Edo State. It has been alleged that he has refused the Labour Party from using the Ogbe Stadium, the stadium in Benin City, Edo State. Recently, Obaseki has been passing through a lot. He had a problem with the palace. He's having a problem with the state. There's a lot of scandal going on. There's a lot of insult that is being hurled at him because of the way he's governing the state. And right now, he has added another one by refusing the Labour Party from using the Ogbe Stadium. I think that is very wrong of him. Please allow any party to use the stadium or wherever they want to use, because the stadium does not belong to you, it belongs to all of us, the citizens of the state. That would be very, very uncalled for you to refuse any party, whether Labour, whether PDP, whether APC, from using the stadium. Please, I'm appealing to you, allow other parties to use the stadium. The stadium does not belong to you, neither does it belong to your family. So the issue of INEC sanctioning some workers who are doing illegal registration in Ekiti State. It's not just sanctioning these workers. These workers going to be prosecuted. I think there's a law guiding all these illegal acts or illicit acts by some members of the INEC. They should be prosecuted. They keep telling us that they found out something that was dug from the ground, the PVC or whatever, and we have not heard of any arrest or whatever. So if anybody is found culpable, the people found culpable of this crime should be prosecuted, because INEC has the right to prosecute these offenders. It's not just come here to tell us you are sanctioning them. If anybody commits a crime, the person should be sanctioned. We are serious now. It's not like before. The issue of the hoodlums are attacking Atiku'S rally or convoy. And the police is coming here to tell us that there was no attack or whatever. But the same police have said they are attacking, they arrested the suspected hoodlums. So we don't quite understand what is going on. If the police said they arrested the suspected hoodlums, and the same police are saying there was no attack, I think that is funny. So that is the country we live in. We don't know the one that is telling us the truth. We don't know if it is the PDP that has organized their fellow partymen to cause that kind of mayhem, and so as to attract a sympathy. We don't know what is going on. That is the country we live in. We don't know who to trust anymore. But anyway, I think it is very, very bad for anybody, any hoodlum, to attack any party when they are carrying out their rally. Every party should be allowed to carry out their rally peacefully. Let them come tell us what is going on. I don't even know why Atiku has to carry out rally if he's refusing to come out for a debate or town hall meeting. Why is he carrying out rallies? They should come and tell us, because at the rallies, nobody's going to ask them questions. That is why they get involved in the rallies more than the debate and so on. We need them to come out for debates. Let us hear what they're going to say. Let us question them. Let us pose a lot of pertinent questions to them, and let us listen to how they're going to answer us and know the way to follow. The the man that set the stepchildren ablaze, he has come to explain why he set the children ablaze. There's no explanation for setting the children ablaze, though I sympathize with him. Such a poor man is giving 600 naira to the woman to cook for the house. Look at the 600. What can the 600 naira buy in this present day Nigeria? Giving 600 naira to buy food to cook for the family, and the woman will cook and give the food to the children, and they'll leave the man to be in hunger or whatever. So I think this has got to do with poverty too, and that poverty and everything will cause mental imbalance on that man. I blame the man, I blame the woman, I blame the children uh, that will gather up and beat the man. The man is not their father. And I blame the biological father for allowing that woman to take all the children to the man's house. I think this has got to do with poverty again. So if a man has to allow his ex-wife to go with all the children to another man's house, why is the man not sending money for feeding? So there's a lot to this. The government has a lot to do, So if the man is not financially buoyant enough, why should he allow the woman to bring in all the children from her initial previous marriage? So I think that is what is causing the stress. Too many children in the house, and the man it's probably not financially buoyant enough to take care of these children. But there's no excuse for setting all these children ablaze. He has to be prosecuted. Mr. Buhari is jubilating over the elections in the US. A lot of Nigerians were elected in the US. And the same Buhari and his kinsmen are saying they are born to rule in Nigeria. So if the white people in America said they are born to rule, how is he going to jubilate over the successes of the Nigerians that succeeded in winning elections in the United States? So that is I don't know what to call it, but yesterday when I saw it on the news, I was like, look at this man. And when I commented on Facebook, one Yoruba guy almost ate me alive. It was sending me series of posts and whatever, like debunking what I said. I said what I said is true, because this guy said they are born to rule, and he's appointing one section of the country into different ministries and parastatals, and you don't get it, and you are supporting him. Yet now he is jubilating over the successes of Nigerians. What if the real Americans there said no black man should be elected in their country, or no guy whose fathers or mothers were born in other countries should be elected here? Would they have the chance to jubilate now? So, but anyway, that aside, so I will have to, yes, let me quickly, before I go, the desecration of the
Or,
shrine.
the other one, if these people were to be in Nigeria, would they become the leaders that they are today?
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't give them the chances. And look at these people. The first black governor in Maryland, a black man, becoming the first black governor in Maryland. So I think that Nigerians are doing well all over the world. We are doing well. The only problem we have is our government back home they are not doing us any favor at all. But you come to Japan, go to everywhere, like everywhere I've been to Europe, been to Russia, and everywhere. You see, Nigerians are doing exceedingly well. So I think it's because of the orientation we got back home. But I will appeal to the government, the incoming government, to do better than what Buhari has done, correct the ease of this government, and make sure we begin to excel. So the shrine issue, desecration of the shrines in 21st century, people are still talking about desecration of shrines. But anyway, if those people, they believe on their shrines, people should respect their beliefs. You don't have to desecrate. If you know that that shrine should not be desecrated, you don't have any right to desecrate people's shrines. Allow them to serve whatever they believe. You don't have to go there probably because you have a different religion, or have a different religious belief. You go there and desecrate other people's shrines.
They rather want to vote or rather want to select their leader on the basis of quality.
Yeah, that is unacceptable. So please, everybody should respect every other person's religious beliefs. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Amen. Thank you very much, Mr. Kennedy. This is good to have you on the broadcast. Thank you so very much. And you, how are you doing, my Nigerian Watch people? Welcome to our newspaper review. You know already, right? And my name is Ima. You also know that, right? But have you liked this broadcast? If you haven't, please take out time to like this broadcast, I beg, and do what to support us by. Yeah, and do also support us by clicking on the side to the right on the comment section. Just show some love. Just shake body already. Thank you very much. James Morgan, how are you doing? It's good to have you on this broadcast. And James Morgan is giving us a breaking news. INEC office was in Ogun State was burnt by some political thugs. It is obvious that no more room rigging. So politicians burning INEC offices in states, they may not get enough votes. And on this, I said earlier, I am blaming INEC. INEC should know already that this is bound to happen. So they should put it here. They should secure their borders, their perimeters. They should secure it very well. They should secure their equipment so that we will not be stranded. We don't want to hear no equipment to use in some places. We already have, restrictions. We already have the flood. We already have insecurity in some places that, that the election would not even be holding in some local governments. So we already have that. The one that we can curtail, let's do so within the perimeters of the building. There should be curfew. After so time, nobody should come around there. Shoot on sight. Yes, protect everything that you have. Yes, please. So anybody with them, they say, make them know. It shouldn't be shredded in secrecy. It should be out there that from so time, any INEC building people should not come. It should be out there. And we don't have money or time to be building and buying materials. So please secure the ones that you have. We are hearing this the same day we are hearing that 27 beavers has been distributed to 27 states have gotten their beavers. We are hearing this now. So please, we don't want no excuse. That beavers is the most important process in all of this. So it has to be protected. Okay? So please, INEC, do better. We are begging you to do better. James Morgan, thank you. Thank you for your submission. Thank you for bringing it on here. We'll move to our next panelist, Brother Nice. Brother Nice, how are you doing today?
Yeah, good morning, Miss Ima. I'm fine, and you? How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah, it's my time, right?
Yes, Brother Nice. How do you want to use your time? You want us to chat or you want to give your reaction to the news?
Let me give my reaction, then later we'll chat.
All right, Brother Nice, go ahead.
Yeah, greetings, sir. Mr. Kennedy, thanks for your presence and thanks for being here. Greetings to the people in the comment section. Nigeria Watch family, greetings. Yeah, let me start from the INEC. INEC is telling us that their office is being attacked. INEC is not serious. A whole institution like that will come out to tell us that their office is attacked. INEC is not serious. INEC office is supposed to be the most secure place now in Nigeria. It's supposed to be the most secured place. They have to have a very sophisticated infrastructure where there's a lot of security. That infrastructure is supposed to be written outside. This building is prohibited for public. You understand? For public not to, no one's supposed to approach any INEC this thing, infrastructure. Supposed to be secure, and all the security that's supposed to be there, supposed to be giving this thing, guidelines. Tell all the security, anybody you see, anytime like this, so and so time, has to be shot on site. What are you saying? Do you know the meaning of this thing? Election materials supposed to be guided preciously, because this is what is going to determine the future of the people. What INEC don't supposed to come out and tell me PM concerning that their infrastructure or this thing is being attacked. When you see the state where Nigeria is right now, that is close to election, definitely APC and PDP will unleash their talks outside to vandalize anything that concerns, to disrupt anything that concerns this the next election that is coming. INEC is supposed to put their house in order. I said it before here. From now, I've just used this opportunity to tell INEC should not come out and tell us that this thing is being attacked. I don't want to hear it, because the money the money is sufficient for INEC. The money they are giving to INEC to acquire all those things that we are talking about now. The security, the infrastructure, everything they need. The INEC have the money. So it don't have any right to tell us, to give us any excuse. So that is just for INEC. And that family that said, where Mr. Kennedy said the man gave a reason why he said those kids are blaze. And Mr. Kennedy made a statement that makes me laugh. He said he even blamed the kids. How old are those kids? Are they kids or are they adults? I don't know. You know, he said he blamed the kids as well. So if they are little kids, I don't see any reason why Mr. Kennedy will blame those kids, unless if they are adults. You said those kids are joining their mother to beat the man. How is it possible? I don't understand that story.
You don't think there are children that beat up their father? You don't heard of stories like that, setups like that?
Yeah, I've heard of it. But if they are kids, how is it possible if they are children? Unless the kids, they are not kids, they are adults.
Okay.
Yeah, because that is what surprised me. You know, I don't know the age of those kids. And
up to 18 are taken as kids, juvenile, or children.
They are up to 18, but those one, if they are 18, they are not kids anymore. They are adults.
No, I know they are probably up to 10. Children are strong. Children attacking one old and impoverished man, a very poor man, 5 or 6 people. It's not easy.
So how come the woman will now the woman will now cook and will not give the food to the husband? They're giving I don't understand. That one is not right.
Okay, but if we look at the bigger picture, or we look at the whole picture here, we have the man, we have the wife, we have 5 children, 5 grown children, and then we have the 2 in small. And if the man is saying on that day he gave her 600 naira to cook, and he was angry. So if it is 600 naira or 1,000 naira or even 2,000 naira he gives his wife to cook for the family, the wife too is also as frustrated as the man.
Okay, let me come from this way. For me, this is my opinion. In the first place,
wait, but let me finish this. So this is not taken out of context, but I mean, whatever it is, if you are going to be in a situation with your husband, and you know that it is not like this person is, hiding money from me. This is all that they have, and we are managing. I don't know why she would do something like that, but it just goes on to say of a bit of a personality, because the man goes on to say she's a troublemaker. She fights with people on the streets. I mean, for whatever reason, you are going to exchange blows. A woman, she and the children, they go about fighting and all of that. It just gives us the picture of, probably a troublesome person. That's it. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. For me, I would just this is my own opinion. In the first place, if the woman know the condition of the man, that the man is not buoyant enough to fed for all the family, and these kids, they are not his own biological kids, that woman supposed to use her own brain to take some of those kids back to the previous husband. You understand? Because that man cannot carry the body of the kids, which is not his own kids in the first place. And again, the man is still trying, giving you what he has to cook. Then you now use the money to feed your own kids and left the man without this thing. You don't give the man's food. So that such a thing is not good. But I condemn for that man to set those kids ablaze. I condemn that. But what the man supposed to do, he's supposed to tell the woman to take those kids out of his house. That is what the man supposed to do. Because I will not be at home. My kids that is not mine, someone will be using those kids to punish me when I'm still trying to do my best for them. So, and as you said now that these kids are still joining the woman to beat the man, that one is not right at all, you know. So that woman supposed to know what she's supposed to do. She can keep 2 with her, then the rest take them back to their biological fathers. That is the father that's supposed to carry the burden of those kids, not this man. That is just my own opinion.
Brother Ness, maybe they were beating their biological fathers too. That's why the father has a
they should go. Yeah, that is why maybe the man himself don't want those kids with him. So that woman supposed to go and put them in a homeless baby's home. There are people that need kids. Those one will go and take them from there, because he should not carry that burden to this man's house. You know, in this hardship, how will you have 5 kids? This is what I'm saying. You know your condition. This time now, to even have 1 kid safe, not problem. I don't even advise anybody to have more than 1. With the kind of condition where they live under Buhari, they carry 5 kids, they follow body. How you want to feed? So that's just that. And
7, brother, nice 7.
Okay, I even heard 5. I even thought that 5 is too much. 7. That one that one I die for that man. That man try he be, you know, before he can't decide to set them ablaze. Not be a joke. That man is supposed not do. He's not supposed to do that. He's supposed to tell that woman to take those kids out of his house. That is what he's supposed to do. And the Buhari that is congratulating all those Nigerians that are doing well in the US. You see, this man knows how to congratulate people that is doing well. Nigerian that is in overseas that is doing well. But the one back home is killing them. He's using Fulani. It's tribal people, kinsmen to kill the ones that is back home. That man is a future killer, Buhari. He don't appreciate the Nigerians that live with him in Nigeria. But the one that is doing well, those are the one he always appreciates. You understand? That man, anybody that is a destiny killer, any Nigerian that is living with Buhari in Nigeria, either he uses his herdsmen to kill you or inflict you with hunger. That is all kind of evil. That is what he will do to you in Nigeria when you are there with him. But the one that is prospering in Western world, he is the first one to congratulate those one. All those one now that is doing well now in Western world, I wish those one is in Nigeria with him. Maybe some of them, men don't kill many of them. He would not even see them to congratulate. If to say those one deal with them for Nigeria there. If for don't use insecurity to destroy the life of these people.
You're right. You're very sensible and nice. You're very right. He should be ashamed of himself that another government is giving people opportunity to try something his government cannot do. The same person that signed in not too young to run bill is the same you. Wonder you are the president of, you know, being the president the number one man in your party. You said nothing when your party sold presidential tickets at 100 million, and at the time where police are harassing young people that looked like they were doing well. How do you expect and you say not to run? You know, his government is filled with hypocrisy. No shame at all. Going to give these people who are in Nigeria, will they amount to this? And that's why people are going out so that they can have a better future. And you see they follow them, go there, they congratulate them. Please, Brother Nice, round off your submission, please, so we'll move on to some other person.
Even we did this platform today where they fight for Nigeria. So if to say we did Nigeria there, you think say many of us will see their life. So yeah, that country where when I'm telling you every day that if I don't call home one day to check on people back home, I don't sleep. I know the reason why I said it. Person where you see today for Nigeria, in tomorrow, no guarantee. So that is for that, my sister. May I stop there? Thanks.
Thank you very much, Brother Nice. You already know, right? So let me just move on to Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins, how are you doing? Good to have you on the broadcast.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning.
Alaikum salam, my brother. Malaikum salam. All right, let's prepare with your submission, please.
Mr. Collins, you don't convert. I beg you, not be that religion. I beg.
No. It's just a greeting. It's just a greeting. It's a normal greeting. So we have to be our brothers, the keeper here. So we're all good. I'm nothing amount to make me change my religion. You understand? So nothing. Yesterday we were having a very good conversation yesterday before I don't know what happened. I couldn't be able to continue what I was saying yesterday. I just want to reflect back on that because Mr. Tuna just said something yesterday that really got my nerves. You understand? When we keep blaming the Westerner for our failure. I can't understand that at this age we still blaming the Westerner for the failure of our leaders. That our leaders now still can't be able to govern us well. So I don't know why somebody that is sitting in UK, somebody that's sitting in Germany, or somebody that's sitting in America is telling Dino Menayo or telling Yaya Bello, don't pay your citizens their salary, don't pay your civil servant their salary. I don't know how that happened to be the fault of the Westerner. So I think we should grow up of that. People should begin to blame themselves for their failure, not be looking at other people for their failure. We should be man up and stand up and fight whatever we believe that this is our problem. We have to face it. Until we know how to embrace our problem, we are not going anywhere. So we can't be holding Westerners responsible for the failure of our government. All we need in Nigeria, like the other day, he came up and said Nigeria is poor, and I tried to tackle that Nigeria is not poor. It's just that we are poor in leaders. We have a very poor leaders, and that is why we find ourselves in this nature. So, for instance, just look at this World Cup they are hosting in Qatar. That project, because Qatar have a project 2030, they have a project how they want Qatar to look 2030. That is always be the target. Then when they now get this opportunity to host World Cup, now at least fast forward the whole movement. Qatar, the project they build in Qatar, cost them $220-something billion. Nigeria government have borrowed more than that money within a couple of years that me and you here now. But we can't even pinpoint one project that you can say, this is a project that was built like $1 billion. This project or $2 billion or even $1 trillion, you can't even find it in Nigeria. So people are still clamoring for it. People are still praising them. So we should start, looking at ourselves before begin to accuse anybody of our failure. We are our failure to ourselves. Nigerians are the failure to themselves. Nigerians are a failure until we stop blaming the white people. I don't blame white people. For me, even here, since I've been in this country, people say they experience racism or they experience whatever they care. I don't experience it because I don't believe in it. Because until even Jesus Christ, who is our Lord, we worship today, in Nazareth, not everybody like Jesus Christ in his own house. So even also as a person you are in your own family house, not everybody love you, not everybody like you. So if people in your house will not love you, carry the same mentality that not everybody I see on this planet will love me. You just have to accept it. Because if you keep people because of this, you can't be taking some certain things because we embrace some certain things. And when you embrace those things keep happening to you. Even when that person didn't even mention any comment of racist, you're already assuming that he's talking to me. Because we have that mentality. So until we distance ourselves on how to embrace ourselves, appreciate ourselves, look at the way the material people on the road in Nigeria, police will shoot you, police will flog you. Tell me, is white people flogging you like that? So until we start appreciating ourselves, embracing ourselves, we are not going anywhere. That is why we are calling on people. They forget whatever we are doing, forget whatever tribe we come from, forget whatever religion we believe in, and vote a good leader. All Nigeria, fixing Nigeria is not a rocket science. It's not a rocket science. Like P2B said yesterday in Benue, he called the Benue people, record what I'm saying. And P2B have been making that comment everywhere. Record it, click it. I'm going to face Nigeria. If I don't face Nigeria, vote me out. Because he knows that it's not a big job. Because most of us here now, when we send, not all of us have opportunity to have a good brother. Maybe when you send money to Nigeria, you ask them, say, help me do this project. If you have a good one, that one will help you execute that project. But if you have a bad one, that one will execute your money. That is how Nigeria is until we have a good leader. Once we have a good leader, facing Nigeria is not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's not even a big thing. It's just to get the right people, the right team. When you put them there, trust me, Nigeria is going to work. So once everybody is doing something like most of us here, when we travel to abroad, nobody taught us how to be online. We have to be online because we see people being online. Everybody have to stay online. But once we went back to Nigeria, you see people misbehaving. Everybody will start doing whatever they want, whatever they feel like. But once you leave Nigeria again, once you enter that plane, maybe you arrive in anywhere, you just know how yourself again. You start killing online, whatever they ask you to do, you start doing it. That is how things. Once people be put that lie there and put the instruction, trust me, all these networks, everybody will follow. You will follow. You don't need to go anywhere. People will follow the line. It's just that because they don't have leader, they look at, Chimamanda said that Nigerians are hungry for heroes. They are looking for people that they can be able to see, people that they can imitate, because we are not seeing those things again. So once you get a good leader, trust me, every Nigeria will key on it. It's just that they don't have the good leader because everybody now is trying to emulate Dino Menayo. Everybody trying to emulate Buhari because those are the things that they are seeing. So you can only emulate things you see. You can't emulate things that they don't see. So until we have a good leader, that is when Nigeria will start functioning. And I'm begging everybody in this 2023, if we don't get it right, what will happen to Nigeria? I'm trying to find a country to compare what is going to happen to Nigeria because it's going to be worse. When I mean worse, it's going to be worse. So, and about the person that born the family or whatever, I want to ask, before that man got married to the lady, I believe both of them have a conversation because the man knows that this woman have children. So before both of them got married together, they have that conversation between them. Because if they didn't have that conversation, I don't think that the children will be living with the man. That man accepted that children. He accepted it at the first place. So for you to accept it, you have to man up for your responsibility. Because if you don't want it, you could have initiated that at the beginning, say you don't want the children. So if the woman wanted to stay with you, the woman will marry you. But if the woman don't want to, say, no, I won't marry you and leave my children. You understand? So both of them have that mutual agreement. So, and we shouldn't maybe listen to maybe the man part of the story. Well, who knows what happened? Maybe the man have because some people will turn a gorilla in their own house. You understand? So when they begin to turn a gorilla in their own house, we know how it is. Children will begin to stand for their own mom. They have to back their mom. You understand? So that is how some certain things does. You don't see once you start doing something right, it's very hard when people do something right. You see people misbehaving. You understand? Something must be wrong between the man's side and the woman's side. So, and I believe as a family, as a man, as your job, you have to bring people together, call people into the attention, lead as a family. You have to lead as a leader, so others will follow you. But when the man fails to do his work, what do you expect? Family will scatter. So until both of them have to come into agreement. So for me, I don't put the blame on the woman. But I believe that but they both of them have chance to come together. So if the man, because at the beginning, both of them agreed to marry, and the man knows very well that this woman have 5 children or 7 children, he knows about it. So for him to agree in that marriage, he knows about it. So he should live up to the expectation. He should man up and be the father of the house. Not maybe when things begin to get in a rough way, you start maybe doing your own way. There's a way you conduct your family. Trust me. Once you establish that relationship between you, father and children, because maybe the man have been certain behavior, maybe you see, maybe these children are not my own. Why should I
All
be
right,
telling
Mr.
them?
Please run with your submission so we can move on, please.
Those are the problem. And another one again, Buhari sending congratulations to people in abroad. That's a waste of time because at the end of the day, even those people that he's sending that congratulations don't even know Buhari. So why are you wasting your time? They don't even care if Buhari send them because they have already moved on. So they don't even attach that name to themselves. They already see America, because once you're a citizen of America, they embrace it. So they don't care what that Buhari, and Buhari is just wasting time. He's just trying to glamour, get attention. And all this attention is only in Nigeria, because other papers in Western area don't even carry out those stories. So it's just in Nigeria and second there. So that is where he's getting those attention. So I just want to hang it there. Thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Collins, thank you very much for your submission. And a big thank you to each and every one of you on the comment section. I see your comments. All right, and then to James Morgan. James Morgan, easy with this, your compliment though. I'll be expecting some from you tomorrow again. So be giving me one per day so you don't run out of it. Thank you, but thank you for the compliment. Thank you. All right, if you're just joining us, please, please, come for that. Please take out time to like this broadcast. I have involved my ancestors, so please don't turn us down. Please take out time to like this broadcast. Welcome to our newspaper review. My name is Ima, and it's good to be here. It's even better to have each and every one of you. And to my amazing panelists, I salute. Thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you to Udoka Joy. You want to have 8 kids. Sis, let's start with having one first. Then we'll be sure if you want to continue. But it's good to have you, lovely Udoka Joy, on this broadcast. Thank you very much for being here. A big thank you also to Mommy Diaspora. Do want to remember our other lineups. We have the newspaper review. If you are just joining in, we have the newspaper review. Yes, this, of course. Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. Nigerian time. We have the chat Mondays and Wednesdays. But don't forget, we are having the chat this Friday. But Mondays and Wednesdays, 1 p.m. Nigerian time. We have discussions every Monday through to Thursday, 5 p.m. Nigerian time with amazing Kachi. We have Fridays for the debate itself. You know now, I see they have fun for the debate. Also remember the show with leftists every Sunday. See, we bring premium content, and you know this, so just turn on your notification bell, so for every time we go on live, you know you are on here with us. Thank you so much to my amazing panelists. It's good to have each and every one of you. We'll move to the next person. That's Grant. Okay, Mr. Grant, how you doing? Mr. Grant, it's been a while. How have you been?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing?
All right. How are you doing? I'm fine, thank you, sir. Welcome to this broadcast. You've been following the news so far, right?
No. What are we? What's the topic like?
Okay, I think we're dwelling more. Oh, we have a series of topics, but dwelling more right now on the breaking news. The INEC's office in Ogun State, yes, set on fire, and INEC, the chairman, the coordinator of this office, is coming out to say that he is shocked. Now that's surprising, because for every election season, this is a norm. So at this point, INEC should not be telling us that, we should not be seeing INEC buildings on fire. They should be able to secure their perimeters. And this morning, we also have in the news that INEC, we also we also have in the news that INEC has delivered beavers to 27 states. Now, if they are sending out these materials without carrying out, without doing, putting measures in place, I mean, then we will not have case of having to buy materials, or what's going to be the case? Are we going to go back to the other methods, since that's like what will be available to us? Now, all of this, making the election process looks like, it's not looking clear anymore. This is what we are dwelling on.
Yeah, okay. First, I don't know why they're doing the deliveries now for 27 states. I thought they supposed to maybe delay till maybe when the election is close before the deliveries. That's what I think. Because if you're delivering them right now, then anything could be the case. They could tamper with it. They could do anything with it. These things are very important right now to Nigerians, and I don't know why the deliveries are being done now. Anyway, and then for the one that got burned, is a normal thing, in Nigeria, for you to hear these things happen before elections, and is the way people rig elections. The only thing we keep praying is we hope and pray that INEC gives us a very, very clean and good election, because this election is going to be a different one, and all Nigerians are watching and seeing what's going on. So INEC themselves needs to be very, very careful and come out clean and plain. I don't know if there could be a kind of political move to burn the INEC offices, or I don't know. But what we keep saying, or what we keep pushing out there, is INEC, look on our eye clear, do the right thing, do the needful, do the right thing. And we keep saying that. And then I pray, hopefully, that they will do the right thing when the time comes.
All right, Mr. Grant, thank you very much for your submission. Thank you.
Yeah, I heard about. There was a story about a family. I wasn't following that, but
Okay, it's a follow-up. It's a follow-up of a man that burnt his 5 stepchildren, and the man has come to give his own side of the story. That the wife fights him, she beats him, she and her kids beat him up, and all of that. So that day he just couldn't take them. There's the aspect of giving her 600 naira to cook. She cooks but doesn't keep food for him. She and the children get to eat everything. That day he couldn't take it, was angry, and they did beat him up that day. So he just waited at night while they were sleeping. He took the twins. The twins are his own children. So he took them, he kept them in another room, and he doused them with petrol and set them on fire. Now the wife was able to escape with minor injuries. One of the kids was burned to death. Another one died on the way to the hospital. 3 fighting for their life.
Okay. First, we need to be very clear. What he did is wrong, and he needs to be prosecuted for that. He needs to go to jail. You don't, for no reason, take the law into your hands. And 2, this is a side of the story. This is one side. Now he's saying they beat him, whatever that is. We don't know what the woman is going to say. We've not heard from the lady yet. So I wouldn't say anything about that. But first, he needs to be prosecuted. He needs to go to jail. No matter what is done.
Sorry, the woman's side, you remember I say it's a follow-up story. The woman's side of the story is because she refused him intimacy. Over time, he has been asking and he has been demanding, but she has been turning him down, and that's why. So that day happened and he just couldn't take it anymore. So that was the story that we had initially, but now he has shared his own side of the story.
So that's the woman's side of the story.
Which still doesn't hold waters anyway, to have done that to those children.
Exactly. So if that is what the whole story is all about, then he needs to be prosecuted. He needs to go to jail. There is nothing else I'm saying about that. He needs to go to jail. There is no excuses for such a very barbaric act. That is way off it. If you don't want a marriage, if you feel the woman beats you or they are doing that, walk out. I keep saying that. You take your bags and leave the house. I've had a friend who had issues with his wife, and then at night he took his bag when the lady was leaving and he left. He went to his friend's house. From there, he rented an apartment and left the house. So you have to do that. You can't take the laws into your hands for no reason. Even if they are beating you in the house or whatever excuses you're given, that is not an excuse for you to take someone's life. So I'm against it, and he needs to go to jail. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Grant, thank you. It's good to have you, and I hope to see you more. Thank you for agreeing to be here more often. All right, we'll move to the other person. We have Bridges. We have Madam Bridges in the house. Hi. I have you on this broadcast. Yay. So I heard you yesterday, and I was very pleased, and I was hoping I would meet you today. So it's really good to have you here today. How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm very fine,
I'm very
thank
fine,
you.
thank you. All right. I hope you've been following the news so far, or you'd
Yeah,
like a
I
recap.
joined
Yeah,
you
I
not
joined
long
you not
ago.
long ago. Okay. Okay. All right then. Let's have your submission.
Well, I would like to walk out my good morning, everyone. Pardon my manners, please. Thank you for the opportunity. What caught my attention was the story of the kids, and one of the panelists was saying that maybe those children did this or did that, is wrong of them and all that. I would like to say that children are like clean slates. They carry with them what we write on them. There is no child, so long as is within child age, that should be held totally liable for certain behaviors, because they either have seen it from their mother or their father. So when we see our children display certain behaviors, we should look back to ourselves. They pick from us. If the child has become aggressive, maybe we use aggressive means to correct them. If a child doesn't have sense of value, maybe it's the same quality we place on values that they are carrying on. So I think that's a disclaimer. But looking at the enormity of the crime, and the stories behind it, I would say that it's premeditated. With the series of events that has happened or that have happened, you can't tell me that is impulsive. It just happened. He just killed them. I think I heard you say he gave the wife 600 naira. They will cook food and not give me. That's flimsy for me. Then another story is he denied him sex, is also flimsy for me. Another part of that story that we would like to look at is the fact that he took away the 2 seats belonging to him, meaning that he places more value on himself than another person. It attests to the quality of our character when we don't value what others feel about a particular thing. When we don't see the life of another person as to matter, when you are in a queue and you feel it should be me first, sometimes I tend to feel like I can always take care of myself, let another person get it first. And if I'm privileged to, maybe another person gave me that opportunity, I remain grateful. So there is no reason, like the last speaker said, that will be good enough for you to think it wise to eliminate another person. Let's look at the enormity of that crime, to delete somebody from the face of the earth. Like, I don't want to see you anymore. Just get away. That is the height of it, and is inhumanity. When people kill for certain reasons, I just wonder how they are able to numb their conscience, how they are able to get to that point where it doesn't matter. Damn it. You understand me? So that also will attest to the level of frustration in the country. When I say that our government do not realize the roles they have played in destroying the lives of Nigerians and bringing us to where we are now. I had comments about Nigerians who were honored because of their achievements in the US, and they entered several houses of government there. It's because that system gave them enablers. So we as Nigerians should be concerned with leaders who will create enablers, who will cut you some slacks. As in, do you know how developed countries operate? It's like there has to be a 99.9% possibility of averting a happening. That's other smaller percentage be that we tried or we we couldn't help it. That is how it is. But for us in our countries, like when we have exposed our people to that propensity to crime, we now wait for them. Like where you know say person they steal, you go say, okay, see now, may we keep. Let me tell you, I keep this thing here now. I go lost. Make this person pass. So you set the person up, and then wait for him to do that thing, and you hold him liable. If you don't give your child food to school, don't blame him for begging in school. So we can go on and on and on. Anyway, the law will have to take its course. I also empathize for him because he has found himself in a very tight situation. He's another life too that shouldn't be lost. So I don't know how we can prevent these happenings. When people want to go overboard, they should realize and learn from the mistakes of others. If someone is not able to watch others and retrace and call himself back, then he's not wise. These things have been happening. There are cases upon cases on daily basis. One would ask, do I like to put myself in that state where I will make the next negative news? I'm almost saying, praise the Lord, forgive me. So let's go to the next one. So what my point is, let's play a part in protecting the future of our children, the quality of their character. Make sure we are not the ones destroying them, because as long as they are children, we take responsibility mostly for their misbehaviors. Then on the INEC office, I would like to say that these things happen and they keep happening. If something happens, we look at the root causes. We look at how to prevent them. We look at for a place like INEC office now, they are saying they've deployed the materials to 27 states. If somebody says, why now? It's too early. They will say, we do good, they no agree. We do bad, they no agree. For me, for an umpire that is prepared for the best, this might not be the best time, and they have to deploy all those materials at once. What does it take to get things down to 30? It's only 36 states in a country that want to succeed. Those things can take off in a day and be dropped in a day. You know, even when the election is February, and you are telling me that in November you have dropped sensitive materials to give Nigerians excuses. Why I'm not blaming INEC, but I blame the methods with which the ease with which they are ready to give Nigerians excuses. In all parastatals of government in Nigeria, it's like nobody is responsible for anything. Nobody can be held accountable. In a ministry, in a parastatal, things go missing, something happens. There are people who are supposed to be in charge of those things, and yet we are looking for who to hold responsible. It's like those things happen in abstract, like nobody is in charge. People are paid to do their jobs, and you get fired when you can't do that job, and you get held responsible when something goes wrong. Assuming we handle Nigeria like our personal businesses, like our father's compound, like the gold we have gone to miles to mine, I don't think that the way we handle our government parastatals will be the same, because we will know that a lot of things are hinging on these things. But because we don't care, it's like anything belonging to the government doesn't make sense or doesn't matter. Nobody is really held liable. So that's why we are still interested in getting government that will work, where people will be held accountable. Where are your like somebody said, there should be proper security for these places. Before somebody sets a place ablaze, the person has planned it. Buildings are not where you just come and light a matches. You would have taken extra measures, and before these things have a massive effect, Nobody spotted you. No CCTV camera. In these offices, there are people who are working there, and don't be surprised that they were not really there as at the time of the happening. There are CCTV cameras supposedly. Nobody is minding it to know when danger is approaching. In short, we live in a country where nobody is held responsible, and it cannot continue. It cannot continue. Nigeria has to rise up. It has every potential to be a great country. I used to think Nigeria is a poor country or one of the developing countries, but I've seen that we are not actually poor. It's just that we have not been able to maximize the little things we have. We have not been able to get proper leadership, not people that will stand on podium and hype us and tell us, I will do this, I will do happiness everywhere. That is not the kind of people we are rooting for. We are rooting for people who know that is work, who know that at every point in time, there has to be a progression from one stage to the other. I don't know what our government people do. They come into power, have meetings upon meetings without results, no follow-up. Nothing happens after each meeting. It's only when there is problem we will start seeing that nothing has been acted upon after the previous meeting. I don't know. They only wait for their allowances. They just sit down and count days and wait for allocations. And they come everybody to your tents. They wait for security, everybody to your tent. In fact, I can go on and on, but I have to allow other people contribute. I'm just so pained when it comes to the issue of Nigeria, why it cannot work. It's working in so many places. If we cannot innovate, make we copy and paste. Let's go to these countries, enter agreements with them, spanning into years, and pay gradually. Let them come and collect whatever is happening in their country, in our own, with honest leadership. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Madam Bridges. Thank you very much, Madam Bridges. Thank you so very much. It's good to have you on the broadcast. Thank you. And Jacob says INEC should be very careful this time around. All sensitive materials, including beavers, should all be kept in bank for maximum security. Some people wanting to destroy things, or they should have like a safe, a fireproof safe, because we know that INEC offices get set on fire at times like this. So they should have a fireproof safe, so we don't get to hear stories like this. So the beavers are protected. 27 states that has beavers already, and they've not put their house. This story has it that they jumped in and they started burning the building from the back before they went ahead to be throwing in the loaves of bread into other parts. So it was those loaves of bread that started catching that got the security. And if you check, it might just be one security guard. This is the peak. This is the period. This is their Christmas. This is their time. They are supposed to be up and running already. And it's amazing how the chairman, the coordinator in Ekiti, in Ogun State, is saying he's shocked. Oga, you are shocked? You are shocked after. All right, so my amazing panelists, thank you so very much. Thank you to each and every one of you. Mr. Uche, thank you for being on this broadcast. Mommy Diaspora, thank you, dearest Mama, for being on this broadcast. Jacob Obedient, thank you. Metalite, thank you very much. Michael Okere, it's good to have you here. Kingsley Udoka Joy, thank you very much for being on this broadcast. And Michael, thank you very much. Thank you, James Morgan. Thank you, James Morgan. Thank you very much. It's good to have you here. Mary Kimade, a big shout out to you. Osagovo, a big shout out to you. Thank you so very much. Okay. Mr. Collins, thank you too. All right, Mr. Kingsley says corruption in the system far too high, including INEC. Okay, let's see this one. Everybody, they follow everybody matter. Now we are forcing them to accountability, and Let's keep pushing. Let the people keep rising and keep pushing, please. Let's not relent. Let's not relent. All right. Do want to join us in our next broadcast in 10 minutes. So we'll be rounding off this. We've come to our final submission. Mr. Kennedy, let's have you, please.
Yes. Thank you very much. I think we've all touched on all the issues, and positively we've discussed all the issues. My message now to Nigerians is please stop attacking people that are doing their rallies, people that are in convoys, because it does not take good of the whole country, the whole entire citizen. Whoever is going to carry out the rally, allow those people to carry out their rally, their debates or whatever. There's no need to cause mayhem on people's convoy and all that. And for people that are doing their rallies without attending debates, I think it's very, very uncalled for. It's very, very wrong for you people to run away from debate, because we want to see you face to face, man to man, ask you pertinent questions about the country, because the way the country is going now is going on is on a cliff. It's on a very slippery slope. So we want to ask you questions on how you're going to face our country. So please, there's a message to presidential candidates. Please attend debates. You can attend your rallies, but attend the debates too. We want to ask you questions. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for that, Mr. Kennedy, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, Mr. Collins, but do want to join us on our next broadcast just after this in another 10 minutes. All right, Mr. Collins, let's get in 1 minute, please.
Okay, thank you so much. I just want to say what Mr. Kennedy said. I think I condemn people that attack Atiku'S. I was surprised yesterday when the commissioner of police says a false allegation or that kind of a thing. So, and you saw the whole video. If a commissioner of police can just come out and said something like that didn't happen, that shows the level Nigeria is. So we just have to call it out, because tomorrow we don't know who is going to be tomorrow. So we just have to say it. So for me, they should hold those people accountable. Whoever that is perpetrating all those kind of rubbish, they should arrest them and bring them to book. And also people that's going around burning INEC, keep burning INEC. At the end of 4 years, you keep complaining the situation of Nigeria, because you are the problem to yourself. So you are the problem. Until we start knowing how to do good, that is when good things will come to us. You can't be asking for good things and start doing bad things. So I'm just encouraging Nigeria. They should know how to, because burning INEC is not going to feed. It's not going to bring good things to your table. It's not going to make change the government. So you have to allow things to work the way it is. So if we keep burning them, what good are we doing to ourselves? So that is my own thing there. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Collins, thank you very much. It was good to have you on the broadcast today. Thank you. Okay, Madam Bridges, this is where you give your final submission in 1 minute, please.
Okay. I sincerely hope that we are at a stage in our lives and history as a country where we are hoping to see the beginning of series of events that will launch us into the Nigeria we want. And I employ every Nigerian to contribute in whichever way they can. Don't be the caterpillar tearing down the leaves and the fabrics of the country you want. Do not destroy campaign materials or INEC offices. And I want to plead with political parties to try and protect the lives of Nigerians who are rooting for their candidates. It's not worth it that somebody will come out and get harmed or killed for joining to support you. There should be makeshift security. There should be plans for these unforeseen contingencies. So we should not live our lives in a very porous Nigeria like we don't know where we are now. Electorates, protect yourself, but don't be afraid to go out to be part of building the Nigeria you want. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was good to have you on this broadcast. And I know this is the first time you're joining me on newspaper review, right, Madam Bridges?
Yes, yes.
Okay, welcome. My name is Ima. It's good to have you on here. We have our newspaper review Monday through to Saturday, 10 a.m. Nigerian time. We review the headline, the newspaper over here. Then we have the chat. The chat is where we talk about every other thing from lifestyle, spirituality, everything, not the usual. It's our roundtable where we have a roundtable family discussion, and just about anything is brought up upon that table. And that's for Mondays and Wednesdays, 1 p.m. Nigerian time. And then we have discussions Monday through to Thursday, 5 p.m. Nigerian time, with Kachi, and then we have the debates by 6 p.m. every Friday. Very intense, very hot, very, very hot. We have the show with leftists every Sunday, but it will be better and it will do you well if you turn on your notification bell. Just swipe to the right on the bell so you get notified every time we are on live. Thank you very much. And try to, or please do also subscribe to our YouTube channel too. Thank you very much. And I hope you've taken out time to like this broadcast. If you haven't, please take out time to like this broadcast. And you watching, if you haven't, please take out time to like this broadcast. Thank you to each and every one of you. Do well to join us in a few minutes for the upcoming broadcast. So since we have something coming up in just a minute, I was saying bye-bye. So have a good day. Continue to enjoy the rest of your day. Madam Bridges, continue to enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Thank you.
All right, ma. Bye-bye. All right, then. I'll see you tomorrow until I come your way again. Bye-bye.